have to watch the camera.
If I can get everyone's attention. Laura, we're going to pay tribute to Nancy right now and celebrate her birthday here. So I guess everybody knows each other, so I'm just going to get started here. Nancy, we've obviously gathered here to celebrate your amazing life. But that got me thinking, how did Nancy accomplish all of these amazing things? So I started doing a little research and I found out that Nancy has a secret identity that she's been keeping from us. That's right. Now, did anyone else here know that Nancy is actually Superwoman? Well, see, I guess that's why they call it a secret identity, right?
Yeah.
Well, you did a good job of keeping it secret, Nancy. So,
Until
now that you've come of age, we want to help you with your transition from Superwoman to Super Senior Woman. The first thing I'd like to do is share Nancy's source of her superpower. Okay? It is the Super Senior Woman Book of Ultimate Power. Nancy, do you mind if I share a passage from the Super Senior Woman Book of Ultimate Power?
Please do.
Yes. So, all I gotta do is find it here. Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 17. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you will be able to stand your ground, and after you have done everything, to stand. Stand firm then, with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish, Machine, you might as well finish it, with which you can extinguish, that's right, all of the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. That's right. So, being your inventor brother, okay, I've come up with some gadgets in order to help you with your transition from Superwoman to Super Senior Woman. Okay? James Bond had Agent Q to make his inventions and his gadgets. You've got Big B. Now, our first gadget. Since Ephesians says, put on the full armor of God, we made you the Super. Nancy, this has all the latest in superhero technology. To help you with the stress of being Super Senior Woman, it's made of 14-karat stress-proof plastic. Okay? It sports the Super Senior Woman logo, and it's comfortable enough to wear all day long. Okay? And if you happen to get hungry, it has a secret compartment that holds 14 carrots. Now, Nancy, do you sometimes feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders?
Yes.
Well, you know what? We can't put the weight of the world on Renee's shoulders, but we can simulate it with these inflatable globes. To help you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, we just refer to the Super Senior Woman Book of Ultimate Power. So, Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your soul.
Yeah, I've said that many times and cried out to God.
For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Which got me thinking. A yoke!
A yoke!
Without further ado, may I introduce to you the super senior woman, over the shoulder, weight of the world holder. Just attach your armor to the super senior woman, over the shoulder, weight of the world holder, and the weight of the world will become light as a feather. Now, you'll be able to go about your daily routine of doing God's work with the weight of the world firmly planted on your shoulders.
Wow!
Yeah. Now, everyone that knows Nancy knows that Nancy has a very strong will, which presented a challenge for us because Ephesians mentions the helmet. Well, Nancy, we looked everywhere and we couldn't find anything as hard as your head. So we think you have this helmet thing all pretty well covered. So let's move on with the next gadget. Okay. Ephesians says, okay, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realm. So, we got you supervision glasses! Just put these on and you will see this wonderful world that God has created for us more clearly. They even have a light for when you're doing battle against the powers of this dark world. And to help you keep your laser-like focus on God, or just in case you happen to be doing battle against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms, we've included a laser! That's right. Now, anyone that knows Nancy knows that her feet are already prepared with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. But can you still leap over tall buildings with a single bound? No. Well, all you need is super senior woman rocket boots. That's right. With these attached to your feet. Now, once again, you will be faster than a speeding bullet. Okay? You will be more powerful than a locomotive. And able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. And once again, you will be about doing God's work, okay, with the weight of the world on your shoulders and not even breaking a sweat. So, now, you say you're not feeling as bulletproof as you used to. All you need are never dents. Bulletproof dentures. Check this out. Bang! And as you can see, they catch the bullet right in their teeth. Now, these are not as good as your shield of faith, but if you're ever dodging bullets, they'll come in pretty handy. So, yeah, there you go. Well, of course they're nervous. They catch bullets in their teeth. So, now, there are a lot of verses in the Bible that one could use to describe Nancy. Today, I'm going to choose the King James Version of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity. Nancy, you are so charitable that we got you your very own super senior woman friend in need card, accepted by dependents everywhere. Let's see what number you've been assigned. Oh, I see you need money again. And your account will never run dry because it's backed by the full faith and credit of In God We Trust Bank. Every superhero has their kryptonite. And Nancy, yours seems to be establishing boundaries.
Yes.
So, if you find yourself in a position where you want to establish boundaries, or if you're weaning someone off of your super senior woman assistants, we got you the Super Senior Woman Force Field Boundary app for your phone. Well, Renee and I will demonstrate this for you. So, Nancy, I need your help again. Nancy, I know I come to you all the time for help, but this time I really need your...
Whoa, that mute button works great! I need that now.
So,
She needs that now. She's in.
now, what I'd like to do is give everyone a real-life demonstration of one of Nancy's powers. Nancy, would you please come up here? Okay.
Okay, he's going to ask me to say no and I can't.
That's fine. So, once again, I'm going to refer to the Super Senior Woman Book of Ultimate Power, which you all know by now is the Holy Bible. Okay? So, this is from Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 12. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. What you're witnessing here we got one. We got a straggler here.
Oh boy!
There are tissues strategically placed around
Nancy, what you've all just witnessed is Nancy, you are the glue that holds this bundle of sticks together. We all love you, Nancy. Happy birthday.
See, you couldn't listen.
That's a good, scary shirt. Good job, Brad. You did it.